Hello everyone, hello to the Benelux Speedrun Gathering Online 2 and welcome to this run of Furi. This is a bullet hell boss rush hack and slash games with a pretty unique gameplay made here in France by an indie development studios named the Game Baker I mean. And if you don't know this game, you will see it's pretty awesome to see because they made a pretty insane speedrun mode for these games. We'll play on the difficulty Furi instead of Furier because Furier is longer and also harder. So let's play the normal mode this times. And oh yeah, and by the way, I'm AEtienne just here, French speedrunner who speedruns things like this ones because it's pretty interesting as you will see. We are ready in 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah, there will be an RTA timer for this runs, but we mainly use the in-game time. Oh, come on! We mainly use the in-game timer on the top center of the screens for the leaderboard of these games, and this is the very first boss of this game, the chain. So as you see, you have all of the input on the bottom right of the screens. That will be pretty useful to explain what I'm doing right now. For example, the F buttons, the F touch, is parry, and it's very important in these games. As you will see, I parry every shot when they comes, and at the same time I use my blast. Oh, come on! I did so many mistakes at this very first boss. Anyway, let's make me the chance to explain what I'm doing right now. I can parry every single attacks when they happens, and at the same time I use my blaster to deal damage because it's definitely the fastest way to DPS the boss is the blaster and not the katana. And at the second part of every phase we have a close combat section like that when blue cycles, and we cannot use the blaster during close combat sections, so we have to deal with that with the katana. And when you are in this type of when we are in this type of fights, we have to charge our katana as fast as we can to deal tons of damage to the boss and making out from this close combat section as fast as possible. I will carefully dodge that with my dash because yeah, here is the space bar is the dash abilities. That's pretty useful. I will dodge this shockwave, make a full combo here, put the boss on the ground, charge my katanas to upgrade my damage, waiting for the shockwave once again. Ah, damn it. I unfortunately missed the timing here. Come on. Thank you. And we are in the last phase. So as you will see on the top right, every boss has a certain number of phases. And often the last phase is a bullet hell section like that. So I just have to make my way through these bullet hell sections, and just by shooting through all of these projectiles to make my way through, and carefully use the dash to dodge those projectiles. You can also do like that. Yeah, parry the projectiles. That can be very useful in other situations, especially against boss that mainly use projectile, because this boss is more like a tutorial for these games. This game casually is pretty challenging, to be honest, but yeah, it's a pretty good experience because yeah, the gameplay, as I said, the gameplay is pretty unique. Okay, let's go for dodge that, he will do that, and I just have to dodge that, and that's done. So that was honestly that was a pretty bad chain, as you will see. I already lose so many seconds. But anyway, this is mainly because these games need, to be honest, the level of optimization of these games comes pretty high. What I'm actually doing goes pretty high pretty recently. The world record goes under 28 minutes by Dirk Shade, a pretty awesome record, the world record holder. So the second boss is the strap, so I can carefully dodge this laser shoots by dashing behind her. Yeah, because she's a lady. for charge my katana to carefully charge my katana without any issue. Because yeah, you're pretty vulnerable when you're trying to charge your katanas. You have to be careful about it. As you see, I can parry all of those projectiles. Can I block? Yeah, perfect. I will charge here, making me on the safe spots. Do a tiny combo. Once again, charge a katana behind her, like that. And that's the phase 2. Here we go, phase 3. So in the phase 3, she will unleash those arms and take this weapon. And just have to carefully wait. I will try to make her at the border of the area like that, because if I can begin the close combat sections at the I mean, if I can begin the close combat section and a certain at the certain distance of the border of the area, that can make me the opportunity to charge my katana way easily. I mean, okay. I didn't have the opportunity to do the combo that I wanted to do because she was not as close as I want from the border of the area. Hopefully I can do that during this phase. I will dodge that carefully. Okay, there we go. Here we have the times. And I can do this full combo, recharge the katanas. Oh, she dodged my last hit. Anyways, that's not a big issue. Yeah, sumo strats. That's close to that. Okay, so now she just ran out, but I can use this pillar who make a weird sounds to bait her like that. And once again to use the... Oh, come on. There we go. Use the blaster to bait her. Okay, she will go for laser. That's pretty random, the pattern that she chooses here, but that's a pretty cool pattern. Ah, that was not as fast as I expected. Anyway, I will carefully wait the sound here. There we go. Once again, I put her on the ground, making the time to charge. Yeah, the charge, as you will see, deals way more damage than a simple shot. So that's definitely the very first things you learn when you begin to speedrun Furi, is to charge your katana during close combat sections. Once again, we are in the last phase on this boss, phase number 6 of the strap. So we just have to survive to this pattern, but that's pretty easy. As you will see, the purple projectiles are homing projectiles, but that's pretty... oh damn it! That's pretty easy to deal with them by just using the parry. Cling, cling. Oh damn it! Too early. Anyway, and now the laser. As I said, the speedruns of this level of difficulty, especially the Furi mode, was pretty well optimized, and the Discord of Furi, the speedrunning Discord of Furi, is pretty full of so many ways to optimize yourself in these games. So definitely, if you already did the speedrun mode of Furi, because this game is pretty awesome, don't hesitate to join the Discord of the speedrunning Discord of Furi if you want, because even if you're not on speedrun.com, if you just did the speedrun mode, it's full of information. It's great. Here we go for the boss number 3, the line. So I just have to carefully deal with those shields by charging my blaster, because yeah, you can also charge your blaster, and that's pretty useful against this boss. I have to touch him only one time to make this first phase done. So I have my opening, and oh, I missed it. Anyway, boom. That was a pretty good one with tiny mistakes, but that's fine. That's totally fine. So once again, parry. parry once again, and parry. So here you have to take care because he will aim me with... yeah, those projectiles block my shoots when I use my blaster. So that can be pretty problematic and block my DPS. This is why I try to stay as close as possible from this pillar, even if it's pretty dangerous. That should be fine. There we go. I will use my charged blaster like that, as you will see, to clean the board as soon as possible, because the boss will stop the time like that. So in these situations, I cannot use my there we go. I cannot use my blaster because the time is stopped and all of my bullets will be stay on the same positions, and that's pretty problematic. Don't do that, please. Thank you. Sometimes I will shoot the boss even if he don't do any attack, to just skip a pattern and telling to him, hey, can I dodge correctly, please? Telling to him to go to the next pattern, a faster one, I mean. So once again, we have to deal with this mighty pillar. That's pretty easy. Just dash at the good timings to dodge multiple things at the same times. Once again, we clean the board with charged weapons. Okay. I will wait. Perfect. Ah. Okay, I just finished a combo a little bit earlier here to don't be cancelled by the boss. Ah, damn it. No. Anyway, it was not as close as I expected from the border of the area. That's not a problem. I will do it without any charged katana. That's also pretty easy to doing this boss like that, because, for example, for the two first boss, you can go for a full combo and put them down on the ground pretty easily. But the line and the next boss are, yeah, way more resistant, I mean, and sometimes that doesn't let you to finish a full combo. This is why I do half of the combo to instantly retrigger another one just after that. That's way more optimized like that as a DPS. Okay, very last phase once again. So I have to deal with all of this pillar to make the boss vulnerable. Yeah, because when boss are in golden, that means they are invincible. So we cannot do any damage to them in these situations. So you just have to carefully deal with that. I will not go for the safe strat here. Safe strat is to use the charged katana, of course, to don't take too many damage here. I will go for the safe strat because I don't want to to stupidly redo this phase. Let's do a deathless, guys. Yeah, let's do a deathless, because it's been a while, honestly. I didn't die in this game, in this level of difficulty, I mean. So let's not do that in a marathon. And that was the line for exactly 12 minutes flat. That's not bad. That's not bad. The chain was pretty bad, but for the line, that was not bad. There you go for the boss number 4, the scale. So the scale is green. Yeah, this fight is very green. And as you will see, he threw at me some laser. I will carefully be in behind him like that. Cancel that and go for a full combo here. And once again, set strategy and charge a katanas. We'll cancel that, and that was the first phase. You can take me to this. Yeah, because I didn't expect that, but if you don't know these games, in the story mode, there is a lots of dialogues between each boss, and they are pretty interesting. If you, for example, know the anime, oh come on, the Afro Samurai. This is a pretty great anime. This is the same designer from these games and also for the story. So yeah, that's if you like anime, this game is definitely 100% anime. So you will definitely love it. Okay, so I will carefully take care when we come out of the water. Okay, shockwave. I have to take care here because if I'm not as fast as I should, it will trigger an extra cutscene, and that's kind of problematic. Okay, that's bad. I should have. If I should, you have to hit him now. Okay, if I have missed this shot, that will trigger an extra cutscene of 12 seconds, and that's lose me a tons of time. But we did it, so that's fine. Unfortunately, I took this laser. Yeah, because I used once against my parry, as you see, to block this laser, and that's pretty useful. Because yeah, if we don't do that, the laser splits, and that's kind of difficult to dodge. Okay, let's go for half combo because the boss going pretty aggressive at this moment. There we go. Pain! Oh, come on. Ah, too early. Those balls are... Oh! Too late. Ah. Those balls split and are very slow. It's pretty difficult to... There we go. No, I missed once. I don't have a lot of life. That's scary. Okay, one more and done. Well, the last phase was not very good, but that's fine. And here we go for the bullet hell sections. Oh no, I missed it. There is a way to make a safe spot in these bullet hell sections, but unfortunately I didn't charge correctly my katana for the seconds. Anyway, let's do it normally. So just have to carefully... Oh yeah, by the way, as you expect, I play on keyboard and mouse in these games, but it's also possible and recommended by the developer to play with a controller, and to be honest, most of the top runner of Furi play with a controller too. So this is only my own preferences to play with a keyboard, but the game is playable as a keyboard and with a controller. There is absolutely no problem. So, incoming the boss number 5.
I brought you to your knees once
The
already,
end.
and I will do so again.
So this guy have a big shield, and that's kinda problematic because if I use my blaster when he's able to use this shield, that's lose me time first of all. So yeah, that's kinda bad. And also that's make oh come on, thank you. That's make him throwing projectile to me. So come on. I will not trigger this cutscene because if you hit him at the wrong timings here when he taunts you, you trigger extra cutscene. Oh, come on! You go for two. You go for two slam and one after another. That's pretty rare. One again, short combo. Okay, we'll go for shockwave here. By knowing all of the animation of the boss, you finish by memorize what they will do at their next attack. Oh, I didn't have the time to charge my katana. Yeah, I had the time. It was short, but yeah, I got my katana full charge. Pretty good.
You still can.
So the boss is invincible. Oh wow, that's pretty rare. It's not in the center. That's happened sometimes. Anyway, I will dodge that like that. There we go again. And he will go for the waves. Waiting for dodge. Once against a short combo like that. Oh, remains one tiny hit. There we go. No, I didn't have the time this time. This time we just saw that I didn't have the time to full charge my katana. Oh. Somehow I missed it with my charged slash. That's weird. Anyway, let's try to trigger the first glitch of this game. There we go! That's happened sometimes. So, if you are in a good distance with this boss, he doesn't know if you have to hit you. Oh, and in unlock, unlock once again. No. You don't know if you have to attack you and there we go again at close combat or with a laser. So sometimes he stay locked like that infinitely. So it's pretty useful. Full combo. You have a lot of HP at this moment. Once again, can I go? I would like to go for a perfect parry, but that's pretty rare. Yeah, if you parry at the perfect timing, the boss, you have an orange circle around him, and you can trigger a cutscene to deal him damage. Most of the time, that's not worth at all because yeah, it's a cutscene, so it slows you times. But in this phase particularly, it's worth it. Because you have a lot of HP by the way. So we are in the last phase once again, but because this boss doesn't use projectile, it's a pretty different phase than the other one we just saw.
You're alone.
You're alone. You're Batman. Oh damn it, I get hit because I trolled the boss. Karma. That's scripted. Oh, that's scripted, but I don't know how to count. Here we go. That was boss number 4. 5, I mean. So, incoming the three most difficult boss of the games, probably. And the first of those 3 one is the song, or the sing. I never remember. So I have to carefully parry all of those projectiles. Yeah, because this boss is definitely the absolute reverse of the boss we just saw. I will trigger the cutscene here because it's just for the finish the life bar, so it's pretty optimized. Okay, she will go for the laser. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I will spam the parry here to deal with all of those projectiles. Okay, laser once again, but here I have to dodge. Okay, she will come to me. No. Yeah. Oh, the wave. You have to take care here. Yeah, there is no way I can block the super pattern. Yeah, because there is some patterns are very slow. This one, for example, and the way to optimize your time in Furi is for sure to block those patterns. But here I was way too slow during this phase. So anyway, begins phase number 3. I will wait to all of this thing splits to don't block my shots. Oh, too far. I touched the limit of this cycle. So here this pattern is pretty slow. This one is preferable, way preferable. There we go, because I can perfect parry, block her, and deal tons of damage. Okay, I really don't want to see. Yeah, this pattern. This pattern I don't want to see it when she charged those 2 weapons. This is why I will always cancel it with my kitchenette, because it's way too hard to deal with. There we go, perfect. No, don't want to see that. Thank you. I will go for a full combo here because now. Oh damn it, I get you. Anyway, all of the things I did was useless because if you get it after charging your Katanas, you lose your charge. And of course that's a huge time lost. And that's what just happened to me because I was not as fast as I should to react to the next pattern she threw at me. This is my main problem in this game, I'm not as fast as I should. There we go, perfect parry. Let's make me some free damage and perfect. And that was fast. This one. I'm pretty happy about that. Here we go for the last phase. This time I have to deal with Pilar. Once again, slide the line. There is 4 Pilar. Oh, you absolutely don't see that. That was not existing too. What's happened to me this morning? Okay, I have to take care about my life, to be honest, because I can use my life to win times. Okay, that's fine. Because I will throw me in this shockwave to instantly hop, doing that. And this is why I need to take damage here to save a little bit of time. And there we go for probably the hardest boss, the burst. So she's a sniper, this lady, and first of all we have to find her because yeah, she has the skills to hide herself. There we go. Ah, I don't have a lot of HP now. I will play safe. I will not try to dodge the red things. There we go. Because I took a lot of damage to optimize this beginning of this phase. That's some risk sometimes to intentionally took damage to optimize your DPS. So I step back at the center of the room. Oh yeah, I didn't explain that. There is a way to know where she is by using your parry. Because if you parry in any situations, your character will always turns. Oh, okay. The ball touched the wall. That's happened sometimes. Your character will always face the boss. So yeah, that's a pretty useful tool. You use your parry to know where the boss is. I will do the same here after I deal with all of those drones. Yeah, they're all dead. I will, as you will see, up, I parry. So okay, she's on the right. There we go. Okay. Oh no, touch. Thank you. Yeah, she's vulnerable after a shoot. This is why I wait the shoot and I touch the boss with one bullet, and that's enough to make her stopping hiding herself. So, oh yeah, I didn't explain, but if you get hit only one time by this sniper, you're dead. Okay, she go in the center. That's too bad. Normally I can block that if I'm good at DPS, but it's pretty close. So anyway, so here I will force the boss to use only in-fighter attack by putting myself on the corner, like that. But I have to be careful because if I get hit, I will get pushed into the void. So that's pretty dangerous. Okay, here we go. One more hit, please. Okay, perfect. I be careful to stay on the border of the area to redo exactly the same things. Perfect. Perfect parry. She will go for once. There we go. Once again. There we go. I be careful. I stay quiet here because if I don't do that correctly, she will trigger an extra cutscene like the scales, and that's a huge time loss. So I really didn't want to mess up that. So here we go. Last pattern of the burst. So this dodging, to be honest with you guys, this dodging sections, this pattern, I was unable to. When I first played these games with a controller, I mean. I step block here. I was never able to beat this boss on the controller because I was never able to beat this pattern with a controller. So, and after that I begin to play on keyboard and that was way easier to me, so... Yeah, this boss is still my nightmare on the controller. I probably have to retry to do it one time. Okay, you have to be careful here because yeah, the dangerous things is definitely the snipe because all of the walls are random, yeah, or totally RNG based. So, boom. Once again, switch charge. And we go. That was the burst. A pretty good one actually. I'm pretty happy about this once. Yay! PB tie. Pretty happy about that.
Now I will show you what I've learned.
Okay, the age. And boom. That was the first phase. Yeah, we are both really glass cannon here because...
Let it out. I want to see you shine.
Okay. Boom, and that was a phase 2. Okay, so this guy, the age, will be the boss. I will do blindfolded if the incentive is met, but I don't know if it's met because I didn't check. I'm sorry. And this is definitely the absolute opposite of the boss we just saw because it's only close combat fight, and both of us are really glass cannon at this moment. We deal tons of damage. Oh. I messed up. I didn't mess up.
Nice.
I messed up during my last during the counter he threw at me at the end of my combo. So there we go again. I charge. And that was the edge. Yeah, it's a pretty short boss if you do it correctly. Woo! Yeah, because I did a lot of mistakes during my PB in this boss, so this is where I will probably have to win times if one day I redo all of the things correctly as I did during my PB. So boss, I lose the count. I didn't remember. That's boss number 9. The beat. So the beat is honestly, even casually, the beat is pretty easy because after you go through the song, the burst and the edge, normally you have all the skill needed to beat the beat. Beat the beat, yeah. That's how we say it? Yeah, I think.
Why are you here? Why are you doing this?
So I don't like this phase because you have to dodge so many bullets and... Yeah, the only difficult part of playing as a keyboard is your character only moving at the A direction instead of moving with a joystick. So yeah, let's make a tiny difference here when you have to move to dodge bullets without using your dash, because yeah, you have to keep up your dash to dash to a platform from a platform to another. So that's why you have to dodge just by walking. Laser time, laser time. Oppola. This one is always tricky to me. Anyway, that was a pretty good beat. Yeah, the song of this game is pretty awesome. If you like, honestly, that's probably one of my favorite games in terms of original soundtrack. So many awesome tracks from Carpenter Brut, The Toxic Avenger, so many electronic sounds. If it's your type of music, you definitely have to just play these games from that. That's definitely worth it. No, I won't stop. I have a speedrun to finish, girl. Sorry, you will die in agony. Come on. She dodged, but she never attacked, you know. There we go. Schling! And that's a pretty good beat. Honestly, it's okay run for them, except for the chain, of course. But in terms of marathon, for me, it's an okay run for the moment. And here we go for the last boss of the speedruns, the Star. So the Star is a pretty different boss because now we have these mighty suits from Gundam. And as you can see, my Charging Blaster turns into a big laser, and This is the fastest way to DPS right now. So we'll charge my laser and release it as soon as possible. Oh, carefully dodge this laser, this one too. I have to take care about those runs. Oh yeah?
If you don't mind me interrupting you,
Oh no!
I've got some news for you.
Sure.
Do you have your blindfold ready?
Yeah, I'm probably ready to, because I think the incentive was met. That's it.
The incentive is indeed met.
Okay.
So you can do the boss fight blindfolded.
So we're doing that.
And
You will doing that just after this, boss, because as you probably expect, if the developer of these games made a pretty well-made speedrun mode, they will also did a pretty well-made practice mode, and we'll use that to do a boss fight blindfolded. This will be pretty short. So as you see, I use another safe spot here. Okay, I carefully be careful about my timing here, because if the boss passed to another phase here, that's kinda problematic, because I cannot DPS correctly if it happens. So here, the second bug of this game. There we go, once, and oh, come on, and no, oh, come on, oh, come on. Oh my god, that was so close to be a stupid death. I didn't take care about my positioning. Yeah, because this phase, the phase 4 of the star, can be an instant death for the boss if you place your character correctly and use the laser as close as possible. That's make 1 damage per frame. But here I get cancelled so many times because I didn't care about my good positioning. By the way, I didn't know if you're still here, mate, but there was a 2.5 minutes of auto-scroller right now because the run is basically finished, but I have to deal with this auto-scroller too. So if you have anything to say, donation and so on, that's definitely the great moment to doing that.
Well, I'm of course still here. I sadly do not have any donations right now, but I can do a couple of plugs if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Alright. Did you guys know that you can stay updated with our events by following us on Twitter and Instagram under our handle BSG Marathon? Get behind the scene look of the event and stay up to date with the latest news on our marathons, events and more. We are also in the process of uploading all our VODs to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/bsgmarathon. Be sure to check it out and subscribe to find 2 new videos a day in your feed. And this run will of course eventually also be uploaded there, and I think it will be rather soon.
I didn't check if I think I have to doing that on YouTube because I'm 100% sure I'm following the BSG Marathon on Twitch, and I'm not sure about YouTube. I have to check that after the runs. Good reminder. And there we go for the last pattern of the star. So I just have to shoot. The timing going soon, by the way, when the life bar of the star going empty. So that will be the good moments. So that should be a sub 36 in-game time. I think that's fine. Yeah, I definitely have to change my estimate for the future marathon. Even if I doing pretty, in a pretty cool way like that, I'm always under 40 minutes. So yeah, definitely a good run. And time. So yeah, I lose so many times. at the phase number 4. So that's not a sub 36, but that's an okay time, to be honest. And there we go. So yeah, this is the only the burst on the edge was so well made because honestly I didn't de-rest the beginning of the run, but I should do apparently, especially for the chain. That should be a great idea. Thank you for the G, guys, and let's continue by rewarding all of this generous donation by doing the blindfolded boss, the age. There we go. I will pull off that. Okay. Let me pull that. Yep. No, don't touch me, please. Thank you. So I will not speak, of course, during this things. So basically, to explain what I will do, it's as you see, as you probably hear, there is a sound when you are where you are close to get hit in these games, and that's pretty useful to try to doing all of this, to doing some fights, and especially of close combat fight blindfolded. So let's try to doing that. Okay. And okay, my mouse is there. Okay, there we go.
Now I will show you what I've learned.
Yeah, I get it.
Is there anything else you want to show me? Or is that it?
Whew! I
Nice.
was get close to get killed here. Anyway.
All right. To prove that you are completely blind,
Yeah.
how many fingers am I holding up?
I don't even know.
That's the right answer.
That's the right answer. Okay. Damn. I move my hands, so I have to recover. Where is the F button? There we go.
Out. I want to see you shine.
I'm probably dead. I'm not. Okay, whoo! I survived to that. I think I was
Move well.
at 2 or 3 HP if I calculate correctly, so there we go. Phase 3. I will go for... I will try a... No, I will go for a safe strat.
Let it out.
I don't want a perfect parry.
Focus on the work at hand.
If I only can see your hand, man. Okay, I'm probably on the right. Or on the left. No, I'm on the left. 4, 5. You're dead, man. There we go! Whew! He didn't decide, he didn't counter me at the end, but I hear it dash from the left, so I just have to chase him and hit him with the very last charged attack, because yeah, in this phase this boss died in 2 charged attacks, so there we go. So I'm way more consistent to doing that instead of the ESA last February. So right now yeah, it's a pretty cool exercise, to be honest, to doing this this boss in with this handicap, I think. So, well, thank you BSG for having me. A quick shout out to all of the speedruns of all of the Furi speedruns community. I already say that, but we have a speedrun Discord, so don't hesitate to come at us if you already made this speedrun mode. And a quick shout out also to Platypus Funk, speedrunner of my friends association, Speed Them All, who is way faster than me in these games. It's my mentor, my sensei, I think. And also to the quick shout out to the World Record Holder, Dirk Shades, who's way more skillful than me in these games, with yeah, pretty awesome optimized fights. and many other way more insane strategy that you just saw here. So that's it. I think we can continue. I think the next run is Super Paper Mario on Wii U. I hope you will guys enjoy that. Stay cool and have a good weekend in this BSG. So that's all for me.